Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm so excited for. Today I am starting my whole collection project pan. I'm doing this project in collaboration with my friend here on YouTube, Sarah. She will of course be linked down below, and this project was started by Becky Loves Kanga, but I was inspired to do this project by Alexi. All channels will be listed down below. This is going to be a rolling 10-pan project where I did my full makeup inventory, put it in Excel, and I included every single pan. So, for example, with the ColourPop Dream Street palette, this would count as 12 products because there's 12 shades. My goal for each product will vary, which we will get into as we get started with this video, but I'm using a random number generator to pull the products. There will be monthly updates to this project, and in my Excel spreadsheet I have every single makeup item, excluding mascaras, because I usually only have 1 to 3 open at a time. I do not open any mascaras that I'm not currently using, and I use them in the order I received them, so I used the oldest ones first. So I didn't include that because I didn't want to, for example, have 3 open, pull the newest mascara that I had just purchased, because that just doesn't make sense to me. But I also included face masks and nail polish because I'm really bad at cycling through and making sure those get used up before they go bad. I am going to put some limits on this project. I know it's supposed to be completely randomized, which is how Becky Loves Kanga does her project, and she also uses her products up to completion. Like I said, I will have goals depending on what the product is, and also my limits are going to be like, I think no more than 5 eyeshadows. I did 2 mock project, like I pulled 10 numbers just as like practice. I don't know, just to see. I was really excited about it. I got ahead of myself because I want to pull the numbers with you on camera. And one time I got like 8 eyeshadows out of 10 products, and one, I think that would overwhelm me, and 2, I want to get use out of my like entire collection, if that makes sense. Overall, I'm just so excited to have my first collab here with someone I watch every single one of Sarah's videos. I found her a few months ago and I literally went back to the beginning of her channel and watched through all of them. She does a lot of project panning, which I am deep down in the project panning rabbit hole on YouTube. I can't get out. That's all the videos I've been watching recently. And Sarah is also starting a no buy for 2019. 0 doll hairs is what she wants to spend this year, and I'm really excited for her to do that. I'm going to stop rambling. I think the way I want to do this, because I do have that limit on eyeshadows, is maybe pull the first 5 products, see what those are, and then go from there instead of picking all 10 and then having to like go back, if that makes sense. As of January 1st, I'm filming this on the 2nd, it should be going up on the 10th. Hopefully, that's the day we agreed on. As of January 1st, I had 781 items of makeup, face masks, and nail polish. Oh, and fragrances. I included my perfumes as well. That number hurts. I knew I had a lot of makeup, and I feel like that's not ridiculous. And keep in mind that, like I said earlier, this palette counts as 12. So I don't have 781 like palettes or anything, but that's still a really big number. But that is what we're starting at. I've really been talking for so long and I haven't even actually started. So I'm using the Pretty Random app, which I've seen other project panners do in the past. I'm putting my minimum at 2 because on my Excel spreadsheet, the top line, number 1, is like product name, product category, you know? So therefore, actually, I would have 780 products. Anyways, maximum 781. Okay, I hope you guys are going to be able to see. My camera doesn't have zoom. 633, 323, 179, 429, 541. All right, I'm back. I pulled the first 5, 3 of which were eyeshadows, and I should have done this before, wrote down the span of numbers that my eyeshadows are in. So I'm going to now pull the next 5 items, only allowing 2 of those to be eyeshadows, if that makes sense. And then I'll show you all of the products. So 579, that's another eyeshadow. 313, that's not. 9, that's a fragrance. I put those at the top of my spreadsheet. 605, so that's the last eyeshadow. Sorry, I'm writing in my little notebook here. Okay, one more product can't be an eyeshadow. Oh, that's not an eyeshadow. So that was lucky. I actually didn't have to redraw any of the numbers. That's cool. Now I'm going to pull the remaining 5 products and I'll be right back. Okay guys, my heart is pounding. This seemed like such a good idea when I was staying up late working on my Excel spreadsheet and being all nerdy, putting in cruelty-free status and price and date I received it or bought it, etc. And now I'm looking at my pile like, ooh, what did I get myself into? But I'm so excited. I really want to get more use of my collection, and this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to start at the beginning and go in the order that we pulled products in. I see 2 for sure that I already know I really don't like, so that is going to be a challenge, but I didn't declutter them, so therefore I have to use it, right? The first number I pulled was 633, and that is a shade out of the Crown Brushes Glam Metals palette. This was in the January 2018 BoxyCharm, so I've had this for almost a year. I usually get my BoxyCharms towards the end of the month, so this has been in my collection for almost a year, and as you can see, I really haven't gotten all that much use out of it. I definitely have used this. After I show you all of the products and swatches, I will be doing close-ups, but I can't talk over those because of my editing software. Anyways, just so we can track progress, and I will also be taking pictures of where we're starting. And 633 was the shade Black Metal, which is a shade that I don't like. The only shade in this palette I don't like. It's the only matte shade, but it is not really black at all. I will be swatching it. It's more of a really dark gray shade, and it's pretty patchy. So that's going to be a challenge. My goal for eyeshadows are to hit pan. I want to hit pan in these eyeshadows, and then I'll roll in a new shade. So this is going to be a challenge. I don't wear black eyeshadow all that much anyways, so maybe something that's not super pigmented and like isn't as scary will actually put me out of my comfort zone, and I'll be more inclined to wear it more often. Second number was 323, and that is the CoverFX Blurring Primer. This I've only had in my collection for a few months. This was also in a BoxyCharm. A lot of my products are from BoxyCharm, and I actually really like this primer. It's not a primer that is like holy grail status, and it is still really, really new. So I think my goal on this, because it is so new and I really haven't used it that much, is going to be use it halfway. Like there's a lot of air in here, but no, I really can't see through the packaging. So I think I'm going to try and get this to be halfway gone. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. This is going to be a year-long project, so maybe I can use up the whole thing. I'm not really sure. There is another primer in this project so far though. 179 is a lip liner, and this is literally brand new, never used it. It was in the December 2018 BoxyCharm, and this is from Bodyography, and it's in the shade Heatherberry. It's just a like mauve-y nude shade, so it shouldn't be too hard to use almost every day. I'll give you a little swatch there. It is a really good everyday shade. I could wear this on its own and top it with a gloss, things like that, and it will go with a lot of the lip products I have in my collection. Next up is another shade I really don't like. It is in the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. This is the second high-end palette I ever got. This was actually a Christmas present from my mom one year, and the shade Pop is this one here in the corner, and it is just chunky, chunky. Oh boy. This is going to be a challenge as well to hit pan on. I'm not sure if you definitely won't be able to see from that distance how chunky it is, but just wait till after this and I include the swatches and stuff close up. Like, it doesn't even want to stick to my hand. I'm going to have to try this with a glitter glue. I don't know. If it wasn't so chunky, this would be a beautiful face highlight as well. I wonder if I can use like a damp sponge or something with it. I don't know. I'm definitely going to have to get creative with that one. 541 was from my Tarte Tartelette Toasted palette. If you watch my channel, you know that I really don't like this palette very much because the eyeshadows seem to just disappear off my eyelids. I don't know what's wrong with this formula. It doesn't go well with my body chemistry apparently. But the shade I pulled is the shade Cozy, which is actually a color I really like, so I'm happy I got that one. It's a good matte, like more neutral shade. It's a super warm brown, and this is a shade that I'll be able to use pretty much every day, so I'm hoping it won't take me, you know, too long to hit pan on that one. There's a swatch of that. Number 579 was out of the Blinc Electric Eyes palette, out of BoxyCharm again, and it is the 4th shade over. So this shade right here, another great neutral. I was lucky in that way, I guess. I didn't get any, you know, crazy lime greens or anything yet. I might be putting my foot in my mouth later on. These shimmers are stunning. I love that palette so much. I use it quite often actually. Oh, they're so opaque, so metallic. Like, can you see the difference between that Urban Decay Pop shade, which is supposed to be like shimmery metallic, and this Blinc one? There's a huge difference in quality there, but again, a really wearable shade. I'm excited about that one. 313 was another primer. This one's a sample size and one that's not cruelty free, so I'll be excited to get this out of my collection. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. This is the mattifying one, and I've used I don't know, there's a lot of product up here too, so I would say I probably used about half of this. It is the colder months. I'm not really that oily, but I think I'm going to try and use it like right in the corners of my nose and see how that works, see if foundation lays on it really well or not. If not, this won't be getting a lot of use until the weather warms up in the spring and summer, because this is a very mattifying, very drying primer. Number 9, the fragrance I pulled was this adorable little baby sized Miss Dior perfume. This is another non-cruelty free product. I haven't used that much, but there definitely is some use out of here. This is a very mature scent, but I don't hate it. Like, I don't know. It's not something I would have chosen to wear every single day, but I will be now. It does smell good. I don't want to say it doesn't smell good, but it's just, I won't be purchasing the full size even if it was cruelty free. Let me put it that way. 605 was the last eyeshadow that I pulled, and that was from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is my absolute favorite all neutral palette. I like color. I like playing with color when I have time to. I love looking at colorful makeup inspo, but this is a great everyday quick palette. It's pigmented, it blends well. It's just my favorite, and I think it's a staple in my makeup collection. And the shade I pulled was Amaretto, which is over in the far right, and it's this deep kind of shimmery purple type of shade. Not what I've dipped into a lot. There's definitely shades in here that would have been easier for me to pan, but I mean, I like a challenge. I'm up for it. Ooh, this one's a little drier than some of the other ones, but it's still really nice. It's kind of a color, but like a wearable neutral type of color, if that makes sense. Like, there's definitely a strong purple color to it, but I think I'll be able to get a lot of use out of this shade as well. And lastly, this product I'm a little nervous about. I got a powder, and it's the BareMinerals powder from this duo that I got in BoxyCharm. What a surprise. And I pulled the matte side, and I definitely like the glowy side more. It's just a really dry feeling powder. I don't know how to explain it. This is going to be really hard for me. It's more of a domed shape, so it's going to be hard to like actually hit pan. So I think I'm gonna have to play this one by ear just because of how the pan is shaped. And if I take a powder brush, this one is just from BH Cosmetics, it pretty much fills the whole pan. So I think I'm going to be wearing it down pretty evenly. So I'll give it a few months definitely, but this might be something I have to use up completely because I don't see myself hitting pan on it and then having enough product left to justify like putting it back in my collection, if that makes sense. I really didn't do that good in telling you about my goals for each product. So for the eyeshadows, it's to hit pan. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. For the perfume, it's to use it up completely. For the Makeup Forever primer, it's to use it up completely. For the CoverFX primer, I'm unsure. I think it's going to be to use it up halfway. I think that's a more realistic goal for me. Same with the BareMinerals. I'm like unsure. Just like realistically, I don't think I can hit pan on this. I think it's going to wear down pretty evenly, but we'll play that by ear. And then the lip liner, because it is brand spanking new, something weird's happening in the baby's room. It's Max, not an intruder. Because this is literally brand new, like I just put it away in my collection, it's going to be to use it up halfway, and I will measure it and mark it in my little notebook here. This is the only thing I can really do that with. And now I'm going to get into close-ups for you guys and swatches. you guys are excited as I am about this rolling project. I am pumped. I'm so pumped to do more project pans this year. I want to get used to my collection and stop just buying. It just really doesn't make sense. I'm trying to be a smarter consumer, and this is where I'm starting, and I think that the randomization of it makes it really fun and challenging. I can't just pick products that I'm really close to using up already. I hope you will go over to Sarah, Becky, and Alexi's channels, all linked down below, because they are all doing this project. I'm doing mine in collaboration with Sarah, and I want to thank her so much for collaborating me on this. I slid into her DMs randomly and she was happy to do this collab. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!